Alright, I'm back from Planet Coaster, and today, this will probably be a shorter episode. We're going to be building the entrance here, which shouldn't be too difficult. It's going to be very similar to these little tower caps that we've had uh, pointed in throughout the wall there. Now what I'm probably going to do is get rid of these, because I'm not going to copy and paste them. They're going to be pretty much the same thing, but just to get the height on the ground proper, and so it's not part of that, we'll just make it separate. So it shouldn't be too difficult. Let me just find out how to find it in all these new filters that I have not really messed with. Let's see, which one is it? It is this one. Now I was thinking something simple of 2 towers, one side, 2 towers on the other side, and a connecting little walkway that goes across here into the mountain. Nothing too crazy. But I'm just going to build it over here for now, and then I'll probably move it back into about here and erase some of the trees and just figure out how this fits in throughout here. So I kind of want them connecting into each other like this. No, not there. See, and then across, where do I want this at? Maybe right here? That far apart? And then we'll just do the same thing here. I'm leaving this as a marker to remind myself, hey, whenever you're done with one side, just copy and paste it over. So it's much easier that way. Now how high I want this, I don't really know yet. Because I'm thinking this is going to be a smaller one, a taller one, smaller one. Obviously, because I'm going to rotate them around whenever I copy and paste it. But how high do I need it to go into there? Oh, it's going to be pretty high, actually. You see, the problem is I don't want it to be too ridiculously high to take away from anything else that I've built behind it up there. So that's going to be interesting. How I'm going to figure that out. Why are you going that way? Go up. I was holding caps lock, I wasn't holding shift. So let's see the tall one. The tall one goes up maybe one more. Seems like a decent height. It might not be able to reach with the extra little walkway across, but I could always fix it. Whoa, what are you doing? Relax, game. Because this I want to bring up maybe to right there. Something like that height, I think. And I almost forgot we need these. These little wall extensions. So if I set this into here. Kind of clips in to that a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not too bothered by that. Now I need the roofs. Which one was it? Was it this? Then we can just change the color to whatever that is. Let's just see how this looks at this height. There, I also changed the color of the roof to fit that. So I'm okay with that height, because we're going to have a little connecting bridge across the top into this. So it'll turn out okay, I think. It's just if I wasn't making the little extra bit to go into here, which I'll figure out something, I can always push down a little bit of the mountain, maybe build a staircase or something that goes up. I could always figure out something. It's nothing that's going to be, you know, nothing I can't alter to make it work in the park. Do I want to add the windows on this? The little windows? I think I do, because, I mean, if I'm going to copy and paste it over, I might as well just get everything done while I can. Yeah, you're on the position snap, right? Yeah. Then we'll just put a little flag on the inside. In between them. On the front, at least. Maybe not on the back. Because there'll be trees in the way anyway, so what's the point? Oh, sorry about that, man. I had a bad sneeze and fit there. So, I have a smaller one here with a bigger one there. hopefully that's centered. It doesn't look like it's centered here. Maybe that'll help about a bit. And maybe we'll just push it back ever so slightly. It's hard to tell with these things, so whenever it waves, it's gonna go into the building. No, so that looks fine. Okay, so the next part is copy and pasting what we have already done here. Duplicate and pop it right there. Actually, no, move it, rotate it. There you go. There, so that I can just get rid of this extra piece right there. Oh yeah, that's right, the flags are going to be on the opposite side. Well, I guess that's so simple to fix. I know, I just got to make it look like it's on there. Where did I have it at? Right at that little line, pretty much. And you'll never know I did that. See how stupid it would be to have the flags on that side? And obviously I have to move the trees around, but still. Where did I have this one at? Around the same spot. A little off, but that's okay. I never notice it unless you get right up against it. You know, it'd be really nice for the search features. I know they just did an update for it, which was like very helpful to find things now. But it'd be nice if I could just disable a tag and then re-enable it here without having to go through the menu again to find it. On the side, I think that'd be pretty nice. Now here, turn it down to 2, so I can get that in the middle. And that's gonna go. Should I put it right here? Because I need to be able to have a door to go across. Because I want the little arch with a little portcullis thing going down the middle. So we'll probably use these smaller ones here. Because using the bigger ones for this isn't... Okay, that's going to poke through. I could pull it out in front of it like that. Okay, well, let's do that. Let me just see. If I was to make another thing going across, let's say from here, all the way over, how far over do I get before I run into the wall of the wall? The mountain. That is not too bad, actually. I could probably lower that slightly and be just fine with it. And then have like a little staircase going up into an entrance right about here or something. So I'll keep that there as a reminder as I try to go in a little closer here with the camera. Now see, doing the arch is going to be pretty difficult. Why is that blue? Make sure that was the right one. Why are you blue? When did I ever do that? There was a whole episode where I didn't even touch. I was doing the sawmill. How did that change? Whatever. Anyways. Don't know when I did that, but now for me to be able to put this in here properly, I need to have a little bit of space. I have to turn this grid size down. Grid height, yeah, we'll put that up to 4. Okay, so I can easily do it. Now, without the camera freaking out on me, I gotta get this to where I can go straight down. Like right here. Now the reason... Shit. My giant menu got in the way. Now the reason why I want to do it like this, before I start the arch... Now you might think to yourself, why did you just do half of that and then copy paste it over? No. I need to do this as a thing, and I'll copy and paste one side of it over to the other when I'm done. But this is actually a little bit more of a challenge to try to get done here. Let's not have that at 4. Let's put that at like 1. This needs to be kind of high up. I'd say right about there. Maybe. Okay, so a little bit of a pain in the ass later. I did a 2-meter wall, a 1-meter wall under it, and I just redid this side over here and put that there with a little bit of an issue in the grid selection, which is a normal thing by now, so I'm just kind of used to it. Okay, let's put you, see, if I put you at 4 now, you're just off. No, you're actually, now you're back on. Okay, well, alright, now the fun part is trying to fit this in. Because everything else just snapped on. This I actually have to manually try to wedge in there so it works. Try to make it look as believable as possible. So you just blend in. That actually looks fine, so we'll do that and then we'll control exit and just slide it over until it touches that. I know what, that went pretty smooth. I was expecting that to be a disaster. So you see what I'm going for, basically. Pretty much, right? So eventually, once I get... Actually, I'm pretty sure I can copy and paste that over now. Because all I need is some under... Actually, let me do that now. Because something tells me if I don't do that now, I'm going to have a hell of a time trying to slide this in between those. Because I need a space where the portcullis can just slide in. Put that up above that. Should have put that in there. Alright, there might be a little bit of that poking through on the other side. There's not. Never mind. I really thought there would be. But now let me just control click everything here and hope that this works. Oh my god, did I actually do something that worked for once? Holy shit. Game? Oh, it's saving. Thought it was breaking on me. See, do I want like a flat... I want like a flat wall here. Going up. Because seeing that poke through just looks weird. So if I can find the regular walls, you know, you think I'd know where they'd be at by now. I'll put this at 4. Sure, why not? Oh yeah. Oh, now I know why the grid went off. It's because whenever I put these little bits underground, it moved the whole thing down. Okay, now I'm understanding why that changed. Alright, there we go. Now, I don't believe it's in castle because I had to go in the decorations to type this in. I think it's in decorations. No, it's in scenery. I think. It's not? I looked this up the other day. Is it not a decoration? Is it like it's a piece of a building? That's why. Okay. Actually, let me take that. Let me angle snap. So maybe because I didn't move this yet, I can just slide this in. I can't tell. Right about there. I'm gonna move it forward a bit. Just ever so slightly. Okay. Do I want it up a little higher? I don't know, we'll see. Now we'll control X that, and we'll try to get these to mesh into each other as close as possible. Now we'll have to make sure this isn't poking out at the top, which I'm pretty sure it's not. Might look a little weird here, but hey. It's not poking on the top, it's in the middle. Everything looks fine. Not bad. not bad, because I like that you can still see the trees through that, and you can see the trees over the little wall we're going to be building here. Similar with every other wall we built, basically. But do I want to move this back first before I do anything? See, I feel like if I... Well, let's take the angle snap off. I feel like if I move this over to here... Yeah, you know what? Let me move these trees out of the way. I'm not going to delete them because I want to put them back. Just these big ones. No, click the tree. Alright, just for the time being. Move this back to about here-ish. And I can slide this over to like right here. There's going to be a little gap on the left. That's okay. Moving it back, I think, will help. Just because of, you know, it's not a huge area anyways, so if I have to just delete one or two trees, it's no big deal. Alright, there we go. We have our path fixed. Now I can start, well, later I can add in the rest of the little trees, because I'll still have to build and alter this wall. Like I said, I could lower this slightly, which I am going to right now. Push this down, make this a little bigger. We're going to turn this intensity way down. I'm going to push until we see this. Alright. So now I'm going to flatten the foundation. We're going to turn the intensity up. And we're going to hope that I catch that. There we go. Perfect. Keep that until we get to like right there. Because I think the only part that's concrete about this mountain at the moment will be here up and into the little entrance. Everything else is subject to change until I finish this Coliseum. And I figure out what the hell I'm going to put here, here, and here. Well, I had an idea of maybe doing a farm around the spots that I can't fill in from the Coliseum. Because the Coliseum's, to be honest, it's going to be pretty big. So I'm glad I gave it this much space, now that I look back on it. Because I'm pretty sure back then I was like, I don't know why I made so much space here. But because originally it was going to be, you know, seated, angled up into the air, but now it's going to be angled down into the ground, so I have the space to make it wide enough so it's like you go down into like a dome Coliseum sort of thing, and that's where you hitch a ride on the ride, the coaster that goes around through this mountain, and I'll forest up and fix up and make it look a little nicer than what it is now. I just need the space down there to be able to have walking room with entrances and exits. Wow. Entrances and exits. Maybe a little food stand, a souvenir stand down there. Fit into the corners of the walls. Around the stands. So, by the stands I mean the seats. So there we go. That is just a little look ahead of what we're doing for next episode. Because this episode, like I said, is probably going to be a bit short. Because all I'm doing is fixing this up. This wall. Maybe making the entrance into the cave, into the mountain. And then maybe coming over here and just tidying this up and finishing this. If not, that'll be done eventually. Just because if I don't have the idea for it, I'm not going to force it. Which is what I did with this. So I'm still thinking of something to put here. But yeah, pretty much, I think we're going to move into the time lapse now. So because you have a good idea of what I'm going to be doing. Shouldn't take too long. So done for today. See you next time.